Hey guys, Jenny here with sillyfarm.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to use this pouncer to make your face painting designs super quick and super easy. This pouncer, it's nothing much, just a sponge on a stick, nothing to it really, but you could use this little guy to make a really cool design in no time, and it's beginner friendly. You don't have to be an expert, and we're just going to get to it. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and just begin. So I've already preloaded it with Ziva Blue from Fab. It's a beautiful color, and I rimmed it a little with purple from Fab as well. So I'm just gonna give it a little spritz of water, and I'm gonna reactivate it with my Ziva if I could ever find it. I have so many different colors in here. All right, so here is my Ziva Blue, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit more. I had been playing with these colors earlier, and that's why my pouncer is already blue. So all I'm doing is picking up a little bit of the Ziva Blue and then picking up a little bit of purple on the rim there, and you'll see why in a minute. Now, I'm gonna lay this down. I'm gonna make believe that this is the face right here because I don't have a model with me, but just imagine that you're doing this design right on a child or an adult's cheek right here, and then you're going to be doing the outer space kind of around that. So we'll use my arm here. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down, and you're not going to see like a full color there. I just want to know where I'm going to be working because I'm going to make that darker in a minute. But I'm just going to pick up any little sponge that I have. I had already preloaded my sponge here with a little bit of black, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and give it a little more water there. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of the Luxe Black. This is Fab Luxe. Love this stuff. And I don't want this to be super wet. Now, I don't like to spritz my colors. I like to spritz my sponge, or I like to dip my brush into the water. I don't like to introduce water directly into my paints. That's just personal preference. So sorry for all that noise, but I'm grabbing just a simple baby wipe. I'm gonna have it here. Make sure that my sponge is not too wet, and then I'm just gonna throw some of that black color down. And the beauty of this is it doesn't have to be perfect. So just throwing that down, and that's the reason why I put the circle down first, because I wanted to see where I was gonna work with. So I was just throwing some of that black down, and now this is outer space. Outer space has purples and pinks. I really don't even think it has color. I think it's the color that like is made by the gases or whatever. Not really astronomically inclined, but I just picked up a little bit of dark blue, which is actually ink blue from Fab, and I'm just throwing that around there. Not perfect at all. And I'm gonna do the same. And I'm not even switching sponges. I'm just using that same sponge, and I'm going to use a little bit of purple there as well. Again, I don't want it too wet, but just throw a little bit of purple. Every time I look at pictures of like nebulas and whatnot, they always had these amazing purples and crazy pinks. So that's exactly what I'm doing right here. And now I'm gonna pick up some pink. So again, wetting my sponge a little bit, not too much. I don't want it way too wet. So I'm just gonna add like pink here and there and just kind of make it look outer spacey. I don't even know what outer space really would look like. Just a deep dark hole. So pretty much that is it. Now, it looks right now like a blob of nothing. Am I right? It looks like a big mess. But I promise you, trust the process. Now I'm gonna go back to my pouncer. I'm gonna give it a couple more spritz of water, and I'm gonna pick up a little more of that Ziva Blue. And now I really do wanna pick up that color because I'm going to lay it down, and I want my planet to really pop out. Now what I did, like I told you earlier, I lined it with that darker purple just on one side, and then on the other side, I'm going to line it ever so softly with a little bit of white. Now, you look at this and you're like, oh my gosh, she's ruining her white. You're absolutely right. But I'm going to wipe it down later. No harm, no foul. All right, so I lined it with a little white, I lined it with a little purple, and now when I lay it down and I give it kind of like a twirl effect, look at the effect that it does. Isn't that cool? It kind of like gives it a little darkness here, a little light here. I think it looks pretty cool. Now, the next step that I'm gonna do is probably one of my favorite things to do. I love getting messy. All right, so I'm just gonna get a flat brush. This is a flat angle brush. And I'm going to wet it and I'm going to put it right into my paint. Now, I just got through telling you I don't like to put water into my paint, but for this exact moment, I need to because I'm going to create a splatter effect. Kind of like the same way that you would do blood splatter with some red paint. I'm going to do the same thing, but with white paint to create the illusion of the stars. There's not only a couple of stars out there. I know you guys know this. There's billions of stars out there. So we're gonna kind of recreate that. Alrighty, so I'm gonna grab my flat brush and I'm gonna make sure it's nice and wet. And I'm going to just grab it. It's gonna get messy, don't worry. And I'm going to just throw that water on. If you have a toothbrush that you do this with, because I know a lot of painters carry toothbrushes in their kits and do this. I do that too. Sometimes I do this with a business card. So that's pretty, and you don't, it doesn't have to be all small. They can be bigger. You can make them heavier in some areas. Look at that one. That one came out really cool. All right. So I told you it was going to get messy and I was right. But voila, baby wipes rule the world. That's it. I am clean. Done. So now I laid down my stars and now I'm going to go in with a number 3 and I'm going to give it a little bit of line work. So when I'm doing these kinds of designs, I don't want to be too harsh with my line work. So I'll wet my brush with my white paint. I'll load it up nice, but I'll also wipe it off a little bit just so I don't have such a harsh line there. So this is a planet. It doesn't look like much now, but once I line it, and I want to test it. Yeah, that looks good. Once I line it, you're going to see where it's going. See? Now I'm giving it some kind of shape where you guys could see where this is going. And I don't want to give it such a hard edge all around it. That's all. Now, what I will give a hard edge to is the fact that I'm trying to make this Saturn and I want to give the ring a nice little effect, but without making it so harsh. So I'll pick up a little bit of the white and I don't want to make the loops like that go around it. I don't want to make them too pronounced. And that's pretty much it. All right, I could have gone more out. I don't want to do that. Personal preference, guys, personal preference. Okay, so you can finish there, but of course I won't. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add the fun part, the little stars. I add stars to everything. So I'm gonna do a couple of little, I'm gonna make it just a little more. A couple of little dots here and there. Little dots. Make it look a little more realistic. And then I'll go ahead and I will add the stars. Now, I always like to push my brush down like on another part of my arm or whatnot, just so I can get like a flat edge on my brush. And pick up a little more paint there. And give it a little star right there. Give it a little more here. And then I can just keep going on and on adding stars, but we'll make this short and sweet for now. And then I'll just add one here just for good measure. And then another one up here. And if I want to, if I feel like it's a little too light, which I feel like might be a little too light, you can just go back and you can just give it a little more line. Just don't be too harsh on it. When you add some depth if you want. And that's pretty much it. So that was easy. You were able to create this design using a pouncer. You really didn't have any kind of uniformity in the colors. You just laid down the colors, you went crazy, and you had fun. It should take you a lot less time than what we took right now, but we were talking and we were having fun. But there you go, there you have it. And I hope that you guys could use this design in your next events and have fun doing it. All right, guys, this was Jennie with Silly Farm. Thanks for watching.